Hey, it's Jen Thoden with YourColorStyle.com. And in this video, I want to go through what it means to have warm undertones versus cool undertones. So let's first understand why we want to know our undertones. In color analysis, we want to know if you have warm undertones or cool undertones to help you understand what colors to avoid in clothing, lipstick, blush, those kind of things. It's not really an indicator of what foundation you should be wearing. That's something that's very unique and personal to your skin tone and skin type, and should be done at a makeup counter or something like that. So when you're trying to figure out what your undertones are, it's specifically to understand what colors to actually avoid in color analysis and in understanding what colors look best on you. So when looking at a color wheel, you will see that the color wheel has warm colors and then it also has cool colors. So it's not to say that cool undertones means that you can only wear cool colors and warm undertones means that you can only wear warm colors. What it means is that if you have cool undertones, you want to avoid the colors that you might see here, 2 through 5, the warm golden colors and tones. Those are the colors you actually want to avoid, because wearing those those are the colors that are going to make you look older, tired, sick, something like that. And if you have warm undertones, you want to avoid the cool pink magentas, those kind of things, because those colors will, in the same way, bring out the blue in your skin and make you look tired and worn out. So understand your undertones doesn't necessarily dictate the colors that look best on you. It helps you to avoid the colors that are going to look the worst on you. So let's look at a bunch of different photographs now to understand the difference between the two, so that can help you figure out which undertones you might have. All right. So warm undertones, those are people who have a lot of yellow or golden tones in them. Okay. So just looking at these photographs, look, there's yours truly up in the upper left, but you can see here that everyone has sort of a yellow cast or golden brown cast to them. With women of color, it's the same thing. You have this goldenness to you, and warmth that just kind of, it's in your eyes, it's in your skin, it's in your hair. People with warm undertones, they sometimes, but not always, but they have auburn hair, strawberry hair, red hair. That's not always the key indicator, but because your dominant trait is warm, you're going to have a lot of warmth about you. See here also, same thing. I'm just giving you lots of different images so you can kind of see the golden hue in the hair, in the eyes, in the skin, all warm. Another key indicator to kind of help you figure out if you have warm undertones or not is the colors that really help you radiate. Wearing gold or golden tones you should glow in those colors, okay? Because it enhances the golden qualities in you already. Salmons look wonderful on you. Tomato reds, that's that orangey red, will look beautiful on you. Ivory versus white, ivory and warm beiges, and golden browns. All those colors just look perfect on you. And if they don't feel right on you at all, then you might have cool undertones. So let's talk about that. Cool undertones, your skin may have a pink quality. If you have darker skin, it could be blue-black or red. If you have a little bit of darker skin, maybe even olive skin tone. Those are all cool undertones. Now, the key indicator here between cool and warm is that someone with cool undertones has the absence of warmth. Someone with warm undertones may actually have a little bit of cool qualities about them, and which is why it confuses a lot of people. But if you have cool undertones, it's literally the absence of warmth. You don't have that golden quality in your skin or your eyes or your hair. It's just not there, okay? And as you can see here, with women of color, it's the same thing. You can see there's a very cool quality to the skin, almost blueness in the hair. And these women have cool undertones. You can see here, these are olive skin tones about, and even though the hair is dark and the eyes are dark, and you can find people that in warm undertones that have the similar qualities, the key difference here is the skin has an olive quality to it, okay? As you go lighter, someone with cool undertones is not going to have a golden quality, it's going to have more of a pink quality. So someone who's very fair, that may have blue eyes and blonde hair will have a pink quality to their skin. Again, it's the absence of warmth. If you have blue eyes or blue-gray eyes with no real warmth in those eyes, you likely have cool undertones. It's unusual for someone to have blue-gray eyes and to have warm undertones. Now, that doesn't mean to say you can't have warm undertones with blue eyes, but usually when they're blue-gray, they're really on the cooler side, you likely have cool undertones. You also may even have a little bit of a higher contrast about you. Very fair skin with very dark hair is sometimes an indicator of cool undertones, but really it's an absence of warmth. Notice that none of these individuals here have any really golden or warm qualities. They're very they have very cool blue-gray eyes. Silver hair is an indicator sometimes. And sometimes that fair skin, almost black hair is an indicator of cool undertones, okay? And again, it has to do with the colors that look best on you. If you can wear silver way better than wearing gold, it's possible you have cool undertones. Those raspberry pinks, rose pinks, purpley blues, white and black, those are colors that really stand out on you, and not so great if you have warm undertones. And so this could help you figure out if you have, in fact, cool undertones. All right, so let's look at some comparisons side by side to help you even more. On the left, those are cool undertones, and on the right, there's warm. And as you can see, it's not just about blue eyes and blonde hair, because all these individuals have blue eyes and blonde hair in some variation, but notice the pinkness and quality of the skin on the left, and notice the warmth and golden and peaches on the right. Okay, if you go deeper, these are individuals that at a glance may be very similar, but still different. So notice that on this side, the skin quality is more of olive skin tones with a little bit of a pinkness to them. Where on the right, again, you can pick up the golden warm hues here from these individuals. So there is definitely a significant difference. And this is what's going to help you decide whether or not a color is going to look good on you or not. The eyes can also help. It's not always the perfect indicator, honestly, because it can get kind of confusing. But there are still some things you can look at that will help you make that decision. On the left are some great examples of cool eyes. Notice that there's really no warmth. Sometimes you might see some gold around the pupil or some yellow, even like this orange right here. And so that confuses people sometimes too, because you see these warm colors in your eye, but you have to kind of look at the dominance of the eye itself. Notice this one here, where it has that kind of orange around the pupil. The rest of the eye is a very cool blue-gray. Which means that brown that you're seeing is probably a cooler brown than it may seem in the photograph. Same here. This yellow that you see around the pupil, it's probably a cool yellow because the eye itself comes across cool. You have these soft gray eyes, blue with no really variation. Even cool brown eyes that at first might seem like they might be warm, but if they kind of turn amber, you're kind of leaning more towards a cool brown eye. Those are kind of the most difficult to tell, to be honest, because the darker the eye, the less light is in there to see the variations. It's a little trickier to see if someone is cool or warm based simply on the eye as they get darker, okay? On the right-hand side, you can see there's a lot of golden qualities. The eyes come across a soft green a lot of times. Golden hazels, a very common color, golden greens, that kind of a thing. These are all great examples of warm eyes. So that should help. If you're still kind of exploring what colors look best on you, there is a quiz. It's absolutely free out on the blog that you can take now that you've got a little bit more understanding of cool versus warm, the quiz may be even easier for you to get through to figure out what your color type is and therefore what colors look best on you. And you can check that out at yourcolorstyle.com/quiz, and there's a link in the description below this video.